Okay, so yesterday morning I went out to my car and I started it, and I had to face that I wasn't going to be able to postpone any longer the need for a mechanic. By the way, this little thing on my nose is something I had burned off the other day. It is no cancer, just those things that happen when you get old, like barnacles you get when you get older. Anyway, one of the things I really love about Mexico is they're not heavily into preventative maintenance, which is, I don't know, I grew up in the States, and so I was very much into, oh, we have to have this checked, that checked before there's a problem, because when there is a problem, it's going to be 500 times more expensive, which turned out to not really be accurate. But my car had been doing this weird thing when I turned the ignition on, it would go like, and I have like a 2005 Honda CRV, and I will not get another new car. I hope I don't have to get another, because it's simple. It's simple. It doesn't have a thing that shows how to back up. I have to look over my shoulders when I back up. It doesn't have electronics. Well, it has a few because, it was 2005. Anyway, so it's been doing that for a while. I said, oh, I think maybe it's just because it's damp. Although it hasn't been damp for a few days. So I said, all right, we're going to deal with this today. And I was a little distressed, maybe a little more, because the mechanic that I had a really good mechanic, but I moved away from there, and that was like longer walk, probably, I don't know, maybe a mile, 2 mile walk. And I wanted a place near me, and I knew about a place on the corner near me, not the next corner, a block away. I'd walked by it many, many times, but it had no sign on it. But it was always full of cars, and there'd be like guys out there, hoods would be up, and they'd be, clearly the mechanics were working there. But I didn't know, what the heck is this place? So I saw a police car, a truck there once, or actually yesterday. I drove by, I couldn't get in because there were like 2 lines of cars out front. And by the way, it's an open space, like a yard with a little shed part over it. It's not like a building with ramps and things. So I couldn't stop there because there was too many people, but I did notice there was a police car there. And I thought, oh, well, if the police send their stuff there, maybe it's okay. So I go like 3 blocks to a car wash place and I say, hey, is there any place around here? I say this in my weird Spanish, where there's a mechanic. And the guy looks at me and he says, yeah, in his Spanish, which is excellent. Yeah, 3 blocks that way on the corner, which is exactly where I just came from. So I go back, and now there's fewer cars there, and I'm on the other side of the street. So I get out and I walk over, and and the guy walks up to me. He's not wearing a mask. I'm always wearing a mask, and he's obviously just come back from buying snacks, but he's going to help me. He said, okay, show me your car. And I take him and I say, the problem, arranca, it doesn't ignite when I start it. And he said, and he said, well, you're going to have to leave it here. And I went, leave my car here. In a place that has no signs and it looks like it has no boss. I don't know. But he said he's been studying English, but there's a guy here who speaks English. So he calls the other guy over. By the way, the guy I was talking to was called Carmelo. I said, oh, Carmelo, I'm Carolina, which is, I'm Carol. So the other guy, Abraham, he explains to me that they don't know what it is, and they're going to have to leave the car, take it examined. I said, okay. So he said, and go to the office, and the girl will take your information. Well, the girl comes out, the young girl comes out. She takes one look at me and 2 looks at those guys. She hands the book to the guy who speaks English. And this is what he does. He asks me my name and phone number, which I give him. And he writes down that it's a Honda CRV, and I have to add, it's 2005. It's 2005. That's it. That's it. No receipt, no estimate, nothing. I hand my keys over to these guys. And I walk home, and I realize when I get back here that I don't have I've left the door keys with them. So I have to walk back and say, I need the keys to my house, and now I'm thinking, this is like unbelievable. I mean, there's a Honda dealer here, but it's really far across town, so I didn't want to go there at all. But they take everything, your VIN number, everything. But this was like that. They have my name and my phone number and my car. So, but remember, I saw a police car there, so I said, okay. So I figure, okay, it'll be tomorrow. They'll wait and leave it overnight and start it in the morning. And, tomorrow I'll hear from these guys, 7 o'clock at night. I'm just about to turn my phone off. I get a phone call from this young girl who speaks rapid fire Spanish to me. I say, oh, por favor, please slower. Más despacio, I say in Spanish. And the other guy gets on the phone. I say, oh, is this Carmelo? He says, no, I'm the other guy. I say, oh, okay, Abraham. He said, the car's ready. I went, the car's ready. The car's ready. I said, it's ready. He said, yeah, you can come get it. I went, oh my God. So I go over there and I get my car. We don't turn it on to show me that it works. In fact, I don't see my car. I don't know where it is. I can't believe I did this. But they tell me how much it's going to be, and it's basically going to be $90. And he gives me my key, and I say, is there a warranty? And the other guy translates for me. He says, you have 5 days because it's electrical. So I say, okay, thank you. And I'm walking. They said, your car's up there by the phone on the street. It's on the next block. There's no parking. There's no place to park. And I go up there, my car turns on. It's perfect. It's perfect. And I drive it home, and I started this morning, and it's perfect. And it runs. $90. $90 is what Honda wanted to charge me. This is back, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. Charged me $90 just to look for the problem. Then they would tell me how much the problem would cost to fix. It was a different thing. It was some light that was on with my car, which, by the way, is still on. Because I said, no, thank you very much. I'll just live with the light on. So that's my Mexican mechanic story. And so far, so good. I mean, you do have to trust. You have to have faith. It's clearly a well-known place. It's always full of cars. And also 3 very big dogs that wander around. It has no gate on it at night, because I walked by it at night. But there's cars parked out front, I guess, to keep cars from being stolen out of the yard. I just love living here. I mean, isn't that just so much fun? That's just so much better than going to the dealer or someplace where they actually know you. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story. I know it went very long. I hope you're okay wherever you are, and I'm not too worried about God knows everything, because in the end, it works out. Bye.